Hello and welcome to the Me and My Dad podcast. I'm the star of the show. I am the me. You are the
Mada.
the not so star of the show. To be honest, neither of us are star of the show today. We have a guest in this episode.
Yep.
We tried our best to get some girls
And water.
and water. More water. The girls wouldn't come on. No, truth is we have some girls lined up. Not in that way, in guest way. Fuck up, Declan. Anyway, right, we're going to get into this week's podcast. Before we do that, please do. It's important that you rate the podcast because there's wee stars underneath this where you're watching or listening, right? And you could give us 5 of those. And then that means we could like go up the iTunes chart and whatever chart or podcast chart, and we could be like the, I don't know, Beyonce's or what, Coldplay's of podcasting.
Could indeed.
Good, yeah, we could do really well. That'd help
The
us.
Eagles.
Aye, if you're mixed age, you could do that. That would be absolutely wonderful. What you could also do is share it and let everybody know about it and retweet it. Who's on Twitter? No one's on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter.
Right, well, re-exit or tweet it, whatever it is. Instagram, share, do all that stuff. If you're watching, you can listen. If you're listening, you can watch it. That's all the housewarming done. Thank Christ. Let's get into this week's Me and My Dad podcast. I'm telling you, we'll be selling out casement soon enough, Mick. Soon enough.
Have you ever built it?
Don't start.
Don't even. That's a sensitive subject with today's guest. Today's guest actually taught me in school. I'm proud to say he was my science teacher, double science on a Monday. What a holiday. What a great class. Learned a lot
Thank you.
of what not to do in life. He is known as Jerry Armstrong or Gerard Armstrong.
Gerard Armstrong.
Gerard
I'm
Armstrong.
not allowed to be called Jerry
Why is that?
because there's another Jerry Armstrong.
Oh,
That's right.
Yeah,
Well,
Arcanada. Armstrong. 1-0.
that's it.
we know him as YASH. Now,
do indeed.
this is a nickname. I haven't a clue.
Well, I know him as a few names, but yeah, he would be the most popular.
Well, I actually know him as we had a nickname for you in school, as we did all the teachers. We've talked about this in previous episodes. There was 10 past 2. Remember the teacher?
Yeah,
God rest him.
God rest him. Dead, of course he is. Everyone Mick brings up in this podcast, dead. Eternal rest grant unto him, O Lord, and may he rest in peace.
Yep. Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns, Montgomery Burns. Yeah.
Yes, now, but
Uncle Fester. There was Uncle Fester.
He's
That
not
was
dead.
Jackie.
He's not
No,
dead.
he's very much alive.
And what about-
Hallelujah.
I'm waiting to hear mine.
Well, you were a science teacher, right? And you always come out in this wee lab coat, right? And then, do you know Breeners?
Yes.
Now, Breeners is like, he's like that there, and he's ginger hair. So you were
Baker.
you were Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, and he was Baker.
Serious? Yeah. I didn't even know that. I wish you'd have told me that.
Wasn't that a cracker?
I got posters made.
It was brilliant. So it was like, here comes Dr. Bunsen. But you know what? We genuinely did love his class. It was good crack.
I was an
Right,
affectionate
that's good.
name.
It was very good crack. Until the day we were first year, and he absolutely traumatized our class. One class.
Oh,
Not
tell
that
me
way.
more.
Not that way. What he done was, right, he went, right, lads, I have a science experiment for everybody, right? It's an observational science experiment. We all went, fuck, what's this here? And it was, do you know the days when the overhead projectors come in? And
I know this.
before the old fucking sheets, it was like computer. This was like, wow, you can
It
watch
had
a
nothing to
movie.
do with Semtex.
No.
No.
You can watch a movie on the whiteboard or whatever. So he puts up this video and he goes, right, this is observational. It's a scientific
remember
way the eye perceives. And we were going, what's he on about, right? But you need to get really close to the screen, boys. I went, right, okay. So we all go up like we meerkats first years. Look at this screen. This car's driving down. He went, no, it's important. He paused it at the start and he went, it's important. When the car passes the bushes, that's when the reaction occurs scientifically. So you just need to really focus. So this music comes on, do, this wee car driving through the meadow and all. We're looking at the screen. This dead woman pops up and goes, wow! Fucking bunch of first years went, fuck! Running around everywhere. He's on the floor laughing his head off. Like.
I do remember that. Now. I remember that now.
But here's the thing, you couldn't do that now.
Well, you do realise you're talking to the man that was shot dead in Bulgaria?
Oh, that was brilliant. That was
I seen that podcast, and I'm glad you didn't mention my name, Megan.
Well, I know now.
Oh, no, no.
that was brilliant.
That's true. I can verify that.
And then hear the red wine and all.
The
and
red,
then the
oh,
slips.
wine,
so
no, that was
effective. So
yeah.
effective.
So you can watch back if you missed that story. But very quickly, Mick put a balaclava on in Bulgaria with a blank gun, ran at YASH and went, what did you say? Mushka
Mushka.
Now, this is a real gun that fired blanks.
Yes.
Jesus, you could have done Alec Baldwin. You could have killed him.
Oh. Declan.
What?
Right. Anyway.
Right.
It could have been like Rust all over again.
Well, I actually traumatized a few kids.
You
as
did.
I said before.
Because
I was pre-warned. I knew what was going to happen. So
he throws red wine down the slope. We thought there was an execution in Bulgaria. Another traumatizing thing from my first year life in school. Let's get into the nickname YASH. What is it?
Mick, being a football person, would know this, but in the 60s, particularly the World Cup 1966, there was a Russian goalkeeper, and he was called Lev Yashin.
Never heard about 1966 World Cup, did we? Who
No,
won
no,
it?
no. But during
It's on the
that
TV every year.
during that World Cup, during the 60s, there was a Russian goalkeeper called Lev Yashin. So when I was in primary school in St. Gall School, and I remember distinctly, I was watching the older boys playing a match in the schoolyard, and they wanted somebody to do goals. And I was watching, somebody says, do you want to do goals? And I said, yes. So I went and I made a couple of saves, and somebody went, Lev Yashin. After the Russian goalkeeper. Nowadays it would be Ronaldo or, things like that. But
So just because you were doing that?
just because it was doing that,
Yep.
and it stuck. So the next week, I was down watching them playing football again, and they needed a goalkeeper, and somebody shouts, "Get Yash!" I was down there, and it just stuck, and that was it for ever since.
So you've been called YASH since.
Ever since. Well, it's like any Yashin, they shorten it to Yash.
Did you have any nicknames for him? Because you used to work together for years in LaSalle.
Well,
I Mick, tell you what they shortened it to.
Mick,
was the M replaced with a D
Messer.
by any chance? Aye.
See, I was actually a technician at LaSalle School before Michael ever arrived.
So you had his job, no?
No,
Right.
I was a science technician.
But there was someone that had his job.
Yes, that's what I'm going to tell you about.
Right.
So
Technician then became teacher.
I was a science technician
What
at
happened to
LaSalle.
you?
And
I went on to lower
I
things.
was doing it, but a science technician, and you're preparing all the stuff for the thing, and I went, and I'm looking at some of those teachers, and I went, I could do that job. So basically, I went back to be a teacher. But while I was a science technician in LaSalle, the CDT technician was an elderly man called Peter Hahn. Right?
Right.
Now, Mickey's laughing already. Now, Peter
CDT was called woodwork and metalwork then.
Woodwork and metalwork.
Yeah.
Now, Peter Hahn, I always remember, wore a big brown, the way the science ones wore white?
Lab coats.
He wore a big
Like
brown
Ronnie
one.
Barker and open all ours.
That's what
He
it was
wore one
like.
of those brown
Exact
coats.
big
Never
brown
seen it, but
coat,
yes, okay.
right? But Peter was on an age right out there, and he had a couple of wee accidents with the saw. It's not funny, mate. He lost fingers.
God rest, Peter. God rest.
Is he dead?
Yes.
I don't
Yes,
believe
he
you.
died,
Everybody
right.
dies
He
in this
lost.
podcast.
He lost a number of fingers working in LaSalle.
What's his name?
Peter Hahn.
That's so.
He lost
so
a
Not
number.
Han.
so
Han.
unfortunate.
Hahn.
Peter Hond.
Peter no Han.
High five it.
He lost a number of fingers during his time at LaSalle.
He did. He did.
So he had
Never seen him pick his nose.
He had to retire. He had to retire.
Was
So-
that around the time computers come in?
That's terrible.
There's no mobile phones, I can tell you.
C2K.
Couldn't send a text message.
C2K. Fuck up, mate.
Well, basically, he was running out of fingers. So he had to retire.
Right, you're down to 3 now. We're going to have to start looking
So-
at redundancy packages.
When I left LaSalle, went away to Queens, and that became a teacher and came back.
And he'd only 2 left.
No. Peter Hahn was
There
away.
you go. Oh, nice to see you again. Give us a hand show, fuck.
Now, Peter Hahn had left, And what we had was
Oh Christ!
Myself, I come in
Mickey.
now.
He was there.
So did you get Peter Hahn's job?
Yes.
I
Well,
did.
yes, sort of.
So was there an interview process?
There was.
Oh, God.
Right, Michael. Lovely to see you're interested in this role. Could you hold out your hand? Too many fingers. I'm 10. Well done. Welcome to LaSalle.
I was wondering when Big Game says a nice handshake would
So
be lovely.
what happened was you'd went from this
sorry.
serious, hard-working, elderly man.
Fingerless man.
The CDT department had went from this conscientious, hard-working, elderly man,
Yes.
and then Mickey arrived.
He comes in,
Alright.
So it was a
wrecks
culture
the place.
shock.
Yep.
Culture shock, to say the least.
Ruins the place.
I
Well, no, in fact, you could say rebirthed it in a way. Who was the founder of? They had a club called the Jammy Dodger Club.
Oh, that was
The Jammy
greatest club.
Dodger Club got its name basically because they always had Jammy Dodger biscuits. That's
Oh,
basically how it got its name.
Old Hand wouldn't have got one, would he have?
No,
Chocolate fingers.
Come on.
he
No,
wasn't
at
there.
the bottom is a goal.
Do you want a Cadbury's finger?
No, at the bottom is a goal.
Driving gloves.
Driving gloves.
No way.
Leather driving gloves.
That's terrible.
I know it is terrible. God,
No.
You brought it up.
I was it's gentleman.
Oh my God.
So
He was.
And his mate was another elderly man, Tom Callum,
What's wrong?
who was the art technician.
Yeah.
So they were both. So
Tom was a ventriloquist and he didn't know it. Oh, sorry, Mickey, what a hurt you. What a hurt you, Mickey.
Did he
Where's
do
the ice? Where's the ice?
an old Motley?
God rest him.
Yeah.
God rest
Dead
him.
as well.
Another
Take
one.
it. Yep.
yeah,
I'll not tell you what Tom's leaving present was.
no, shush.
Shocking.
Oh,
You can't.
know.
You're right.
You can't do that and not say. Was
No.
it rude or?
No, it wasn't.
No,
It wasn't.
20
He gets-
years working
20
on LaSalle.
20
They got a
years
check
working
for
on
£20.
LaSalle. And handed him they handed him a check in an envelope at his going away thing, and he was, Jesus, this is now.
God love him. He
This
came to me
came
and
from
Irish saying, I
the,
could be a
the
mistake. I left a
principal
nod
of the
out.
school. It wasn't from his friends. This came from the principal of the school.
Principal
And
Francis.
And he opened it up later on. It was 20. He never cashed it. He just stuck it up in the wall.
It was on his, God, I was down at his wake and it was on the mantelpiece. I spoke to his wife about it. The check was on the mantelpiece.
Never cashed it.
£20 for 20 years working in the art
£1 a
department.
year.
£1 a year.
Like
That's
I'm
what-
terrible at maths, but that's maths I can do.
Unbelievable. It was shocking. So it was
What did
shocking.
your predecessor get a going away present when he left?
Pair of gloves.
Was actually. That's a wind up. There's no way you. Of
course it's a wind up.
That's all right.
Mistake.
Jesus Christ. But here, nothing surprises me with you.
Well, now I would surprise you
yes.
myself.
Exactly.
But Mickey wasn't there when he was going away.
No.
So he
Whereas
was
if-
gone.
Otherwise he would have.
Or otherwise he would have got something like that. But one of my, I have to tell you this, one of my first introductions to Michael, right?
Michael?
Sorry, I'm giving you your full title.
Oh,
now.
don't do that.
Sorry.
Jared.
Wait,
Do I still call you sir?
no. They're still kids.
Hi,
Pupils,
sir.
expats
If you do,
pupils.
I'm leaving.
They're expats pupils to this school who I would meet and they're in their 40s and they would still say hello, sir.
Sir.
Would they, right enough?
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's like a code, but
Yeah.
it's like a no. Don't mean it that way. It's like
Can I say before we go any further?
it's a respect thing.
It is.
We're
It is.
making LaSalle sound as if it was a flipping mad, crazy. It was. We had the best of fun and the best of laughs. But I worked with some of the most dedicated teachers that for the children of the area. Not that were fantastic.
Is this
They went above and beyond an awful lot of.
no? And do you know what? As a pupil, I can vouch for that. I can't say it was honestly a brilliant school
Oh, first class.
to go to. I was so delighted. I was raging my man. She put down Malone College as my first choice. I was like, get that off.
Because it was new and it
No
was
offense,
fun, eh?
Malone College. Like, sorry, like, user class, but obviously the heritage of him working in LaSalle and then knowing all the teachers. I was like, did you ever watch Harry Potter?
Yes. when
That's
the
what it was
grandson-
like, only minus the specs. I wasn't specky then. And I didn't have a wee scar in my head. And I didn't have an owl or a magic wand. But
LaSalle was the school that everybody wanted to go to. And I'm not just,
You'd mentioned there about seeing me in the white lab coat.
Yes.
Right? And this is where my first introduction to Michael. I'm going to give him his full title now because of this, right? But that I never wore a lab coat really, but I had to wear it a couple of times that
when you were
day.
doing experiments and
Yes,
stuff.
but
yeah.
this is what happened. you mentioned the Jammy Dodger Club, and we'd just finished lunch, and I turned around to Mickey, and I had a wee rip at the back of my trousers, and I was worried going up, you know.
Like, your next class was 6 years from St. Genevieve's.
No way.
So I
did
was
you?
worried in case, you know, somebody would see the wee rip in the trousers. See the wee rip in the trousers. So
Did you wear the lab coat to disguise it?
no, that's not it. Hold on. I thought it was a rip. It was a rip about that size, right?
It's getting bigger now. It was that many.
Well,
was a wee
anyway,
rip.
It was
A wee
a wee
rip.
smaller.
Could
but
you
I
get a
want to
finger
say-
in? Like, no, I don't mean it in that. I don't mean it in a crude way.
But
Don't
anyway,
take it there, mate.
anyway, I know because that. But anyway, so just before there was only me and Mickey. We were just coming out of the room where we had our lunch and that. And I says to Mickey, "Do us a wee favor. See that rip in my trousers? Can you see it?" And he went like this here. No, but you can see it now. And he just grabbed them and went. And I mean, the rip was that size.
Where was the rip in the arse? Like,
Yes.
Yes.
At the back, yes. So he says no.
was just being
He says
polite.
no, but you can see it now. And it's about that size.
Dr. Bunson's got his hole out.
So that's why I had to get the lab coat, because I had to put the hide the friggin' rip
You're, yeah.
Went
trousers.
straight to teach that class. And
I had
it
to
was
go straight up.
6th-year girls
I
and
hadn't time
6th-year
to go and
boys.
change, Johnny.
With the ripped trunks, like.
The ripped
Trousers.
trousers.
Oh, well,
But the
obviously,
lab
yeah.
coat covered it, obviously, because the
The
lab
lab
coat came
coat
down to
covered
there.
Was there not like a, well, I was going to say, like PE, could you not have went and got like tracksuit, but then you were wearing a shirt and tie,
I
probably.
was wearing a shirt and tie and going up to teach the class and thing. And it was at the bell was just about to go for me to go up to class. And so I had to get the.
That's awful.
That's not that's
brilliant.
Not, hold on. That's see him talking about trousers, right? He mightn't remember this. We used to go down to play five-a-side after school in the
right.
old school in the old gym. So and I mean because we weren't just work colleagues and that.
yeah.
We were friends. So we would go down and play a bit of five-a-side, bit of friendly five-a-side after school. So we'd bring our gear in and change into our gear and things like this here. So we were in, some of us were in already kicking the ball about. And next thing, Mickey comes running in, wearing his trousers, and does this big slide tackle along the ground with his trousers on the ball. And I went, did you see what he did? He's going to ruin his trousers. I says, Mickey, you're going to ruin your trousers.
Big dust marks up.
That's
coming
what-
up.
and I says, Mickey, you're going to ruin your trousers doing that. He says, no, I'm not. I says, why not? He says, because they're yours. I put yours on. My trousers were hanging in the thing. He put my trousers on, come in, start sliding all over the gym, doing all these slide tackles. So this is what
the
you
way it
had to
was.
put up with.
This is wild. Like,
No, it's after school. And,
obviously, yeah.
but, sorry, and Mickey was prone to wearing other people's clothes.
You weren't an English teacher, were you?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like these days. But anyway, another one that like when the new school was built and we had the big gym,
Oh, wow.
the big hall, and we played five-a-side there after school. And I don't know if Mickey remembers this, but there was a teacher who used to cycle to school every day. And what he did was he would have brought in 5 shirts and ties, all ironed and all, and hung them up. So when he cycled in,
To have them eat a shard and PE,
showered
whatever, and then, yeah.
put a thing of
Okay,
here,
right.
right. So at the start of the they used to bring them in on a Friday, so they'd do them for the next week. So Mickey spotted them. So his five-a-side team all come in to play with shirts and ties on. Got a photograph of it. And then immediately run about slide tackling all in the shirts and ties, and then sent the photograph to the teacher who owned all the shirts and ties.
Oh, my God.
Like, you had to do these things. That's back in the day, as I
wild.
always say to you, you know, we had a great laugh, and you had to laugh. Because it was a serious job.
Just grab my water, keep chatting.
It was a serious job these people were doing. You know, as I said, great job with the kids, and the laugh we had was unreal. I remember, Jerry will verify this. We came out of the PE room, the Jammy Dodger Club one day, and we walked around the corner, because as you come out, you turn the corner to go up the long corridor, and in front of us was a nun, a nun And was it
A nun and two girls at St. Genevieve's.
2 girls, 2 6-years out of
The,
St. Genevieve's?
the only ones in the corridor were me and Mickey. And the nun and the 2 girls were on up ahead. They were the only people in the corridor.
So, as you turned out of that, the first room that you passed about 10 yards up, or 10 feet up on the left, was the room beside the music room.
Yes.
Right.
So, I went and jumped in behind the door.
Of course you did.
And I let him tell you what happened.
So I'm left in the corridor standing on my own, and the nun and the 2 girls all looked round. Who did that? And I just stood. I just couldn't do anything. I just looked and just couldn't even say it was him because there was nobody there. He was hiding in the classroom. So just had to take it.
Okay. You
had
done
to-
these things.
Absolutely wild.
I don't know what.
take
But
it.
here, don't get me wrong. This man done plenty
Sorry.
of tricks in me
no,
too.
No.
That's what I was going to say, because there was always retaliations to these
Well,
things.
it was very hard to get Mickey back. It was very hard to get him back because he was very careful.
I'd say he walked about on eggshells in that place.
Well, I don't know if the one about the wood getting delivered. We were going to play a game of golf
We were going away for the weekend.
for the weekend to play a
Donegal.
game of golf, right? So Mickey sneaked home early to get his golf clubs
Yeah,
because I think we were going up in the minibus,
we were.
so he had to sneak home for his golf clubs. So
It was actually an art teacher brought me to get my golf clubs.
right, so
Mr. O'Gara.
he sneaked out.
Oh, gee.
To get his golf clubs. So in the meantime, Mickey was away. We went, an opportunity here to get Mickey back. So at the time, Ralph Gatt was the head of the
CDT.
CDT.
Yeah.
So we got Ralph Gatt and it says, when Mickey comes back, tell him that there was a delivery of wood.
Well, there was a delivery of wood. You remember?
I don't know if there was, but
There was, but Ralph
that what
brought it all
Yes,
in, yeah.
Ralph brought it on. But anyway, there was a delivery of wood. Tell him that the principal of the school came round and wanted to know where the technician was when this wood
Why was the
delivery came.
teacher lifting the wood off?
Why was the teacher? Why are you lifting all that wood in when there's a technician there getting paid to do it? Where is he? So we made up this story that he had to go to see the principal as soon as he came back.
Dr. Hamill.
He had to go to see the
Dr.
principal
Hamill,
as soon as he
no
came
way.
back, right? Because wanted to know where he was, why I'd left the premises, why all this here,
Fucking let me do it, dude.
right? So he came back. Ralph Gatt told him, we all said, you're in trouble. You need to go and see the principal.
Just be
So-
honest, Mickey.
Yes, come out with it, Mick. Tell
Just
the
tell
truth, because it'll go better for you. So Mick went around.
I can imagine him going, hi, Dr. Hamill.
No, that's what.
No, the chairs outside. He was on the phones. I had to sit in the chairs outside. No,
like a pool boy.
sentence.
Like a pool boy.
Got the tension.
So he rapped the door and he go, Dr. Hamill, can I have a word with you?
You haven't lost a finger, Mick, have you?
Oh, no. I had to go
So he
Dr.
had to
Hamill.
go in and Aidan goes,
She
"Have
put
a
his hand
sit.
out.
Have a sit there. What is it? Look, I'm sorry about all this. He says, look, the wood coming there and
Just-
Ralph Gatt having to lift it in. I wasn't there and Aidan's looking at him going,
I have to be honest with you, you know, I was down getting my golf clubs for going away at the weekend. I'm not going to tell any lie. I shouldn't have done it. I'm really, it'll never happen again. He says to me,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. And I went, and I looked out the window to the right. They were standing out there going, like, oh no. Oh, right. And fair play to him, his words to me were, somebody's wound you up, haven't they?
That's brilliant. Do you know
But
what?
it's very
He
rare.
was a gent.
I know, but it was very rare that we were able to get him back. Very rare. Because he was always watching.
I am as well. Like,
had to.
and he's relentless. Like, it's not only with colleagues; it's like with family as well. Like, he's
relentless.
mustard.
Not colleagues, relatives. Sorry, relatives.
Oh, I know what you're going to
You
say.
aren't related.
No.
No.
My relative of mine.
Oh,
But he
right.
didn't.
Eamon Orton
We were at a disco, not a disco. Sorry, a wedding, family wedding.
in the castle, Belfast Castle.
Belfast Castle, exactly where it was.
You were DJing. Take it.
He was DJing, right?
Right.
Me being a non-drinker, I was the designated driver, but I was driving my brother-in-law's car, brand new Ford Focus, black, right? So
He'd only got it that about 2 days prior.
wait, yeah, I hadn't got along, brand new, right? So I'm coming out, I'm standing at the car waiting, and Mickey's loading the stuff. You may have been there, I don't know. Mickey's unloading the stuff and putting it into his car. And Mickey goes, "It's a nice car. Is that you?" I says, "No, it's my brother-in-law's, Eamon's." He says, "Is that Eamon's car?" So Mickey, remember he used to play a wee bit of football for Ford?
Oh, don't I?
Well, he had a pair of these
training earlier.
wet football socks, mucky, smelly football socks. And he put them in under Aiden's seat. Eamon's seat, sorry, right in under the seat. Right? Now, so, anyway.
In under the springs and all.
Right in underneath, right? So, they all came out, drove home. I left the car there, forgot completely all about it. So, about 2 weeks later, I'm walking up the Andersonstown road. Eamon's driving down the road and he has the window down and his head out. And I'm going,
Hey, those were the days. The window down.
Where are you going? He goes, "I'm bringing this car back to Ford. Do you want to smell it?" He says, "It's only a couple of weeks old." He says,
Fucking catalytic converter.
he says, "Something's broken this car. The smell of it, it's stinking." And I'm like, "Shit, that's Mickey sucks." So,
Did you stop him from going to Ford?
no.
Oh, you had to go along with it.
No, I couldn't go along. He was driving past. Shouted out the window. But anyway, so he found what it was and he realised what had happened. He still has those socks in his garage in a plastic bag and he says, "I'm getting Mickey Wilson back."
And has he?
That's
No, he
20
will.
years.
He will.
Oh my God.
That's
So
about 20
someday
years.
you're going to come in here, it's going to be a smell.
There's going to be a stench in the studio.
Hi, but it worked down through your family. Sure, wasn't it one of them when we were going to Bulgaria one time they put in a suitcase?
No, that was my son put fish in my suitcase.
Fish? Like
Fish.
I wonder where he got that idea.
Dead fish.
So like we done in Louis.
the last episode we were talking about,
Dead
Louis,
fish in
he
my
hammered a
suitcase.
dead fish under his
Oh, you
desk.
can remember.
Oh, I
That's a
remember.
true story.
That's a true story. I remember watching. I remember looking out the window, and they had the hut, and
How
he
did
walked
you
over,
not
and
get-
he opened up the door of the hut, walked in. Next thing he came running out the cell.
How did you not get some form of disciplinary? Like,
No, that's what said. It was done outside of school. It wasn't done during school
and
hours.
it was all friendly banter. Like, it
all
wasn't.
friendly
Yeah, it
banter.
wasn't.
during school
It's during
hours,
lunchtime or after hours.
after hours. But no, it also happened to me
When you were meant to be
on
in
a
the
ski
classroom,
trip.
you were in the classroom.
Yes, or things were serious.
Let's go back before school. Right now, some of you, most of you watching, listening, will
don't.
know that I'm quite a well-established radio DJ.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. I don't. I just seen. I'm allowed to say. I seen a sign. "I love Q Radio" in your car.
I've been meaning to take that down. YASH.
Anyway, sorry.
Listen, I still have wonderful friends that work for Q Radio, and I wish them all the best.
Yeah.
No, yeah, very serious face.
Likewise.
Cut. I'm only joking. Seriously, get that down. Sure, see, do you know what? I'm just going to say it because we're honest in this podcast. See behind you, that big blanket?
Yes.
Do you know what it's covered up?
Yeah. He already told me.
Q changed their branding and they went, "Who wants this 20-foot illuminous Q Radio sign?" Mick was like, "I'll have that."
But it wasn't even working. I fixed it.
Well, it's fixed and now it's up in his garage. And now anytime we do the podcast, I have to cover it. And it's not out of anything other than it's their branding. I want to respect their branding. I don't want to put it up
Yeah.
and say we're a Q Radio podcast because we're not a Q Radio podcast.
Fucking hell, you asked me to paint over it.
Shut up.
You joking?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, magic. So, radio DJ. I am a radio DJ. I have worked for Q. I now work for Cool FM, Downtown, BBC Radio Ulster, and basically any station. I'm there. But you were before me,
Oh,
and you've that
DJing
man.
before you.
No, radio presenting before me.
Yes,
And
yes,
you've that man sitting beside you to thank for that. You've done a wee show.
I'd forgot all about that.
Am I right in saying, was it Fela FM?
It was on a Sunday. I used to do a GAA slot for a couple of hours, and I remember sort of thinking, I know the exact person that can help me with that because he had the disco background and things like that. There,
The music and the decks and the
not the
CDs
GAA background,
That's
where-
not the GA
the
background.
disco background
From the musical end. You've
from the
done all the
musical
talking,
end.
basically.
From the
and-
musical end.
So were you doing like match reports? Then you were like, over to Mickey now for some pulp.
No, there was with varied a wee bit. Yes, there was wee bits about, say, topical discussion about GA topics and things, and then we would play a bit of music in between and things like that. Yeah, it was that. And it was on a Sunday. I think it was on a Sunday in the afternoon.
I think it was from
Wee
5 to
afternoon
7
slot?
or
That's
4 to
not
6
bad,
or
like-
something.
Afternoon slot.
That's a good wee slot.
Yeah. So,
And was it all like, were you doing like match reviews and stuff, or what's happening in GAA?
What's happening? Some people I would have people phone in with the results.
Yeah.
I would have maybe somebody from different GA backgrounds there and would have wee discussions, about certain aspects of the GA. But yes, and a lot of it would be GA stories, and yes, but in between, Mick did the decks. And
This is what I was going to ask. What did you actually do?
The music and the bringing up and down of the
Did you do the
sliders
buttons and the faders and all?
Yeah.
See him now, I swear to God.
That's me eyes.
No,
It's me
it's
eyes
not
now.
your
Everything's
eyes.
too
It's
small,
just down to bone idle laziness.
It's not.
It
It's
is.
not.
It fucking
It's
is.
not. Technology
It
now
is.
has just.
Do you know what
gone
happened the other
through
day?
the
And
roof.
I'm gonna tell you, right? He got a new bank card delivered to the house.
For God's sake.
No, I'm telling this. He got a new bank card delivered to the house, and he went, Declan, what? Need your help. I went, what? Need you to activate my bank card. I went, have you read the instructions? No, instructions came with it 1 to 3.
yeah,
Have you read the instructions?
I meant on my phone.
No, haven't read the
Because
instructions.
everything's on the bloody phone now.
I said, read the instructions. What does it say? Open envelope, remove card from sleeve. Right, that's instruction 1. What's instruction 2? Open app on my phone. Hit card. Right, do that. I've done it. Right. What's 3? Click activate.
Right?
He done it. It activated.
Yes.
there you are.
I went, you could have done that yourself.
Yeah. It activated. Right?
What he wants to do is, for when the situation arises where you're standing in the busy bee, let's support logo.
The busy bee.
Hold on.
The busy bee.
How old are you, Declan?
Is that gone?
Busy bee. Gone.
Shut up. Is the busy bee away?
Sick. The busy bee's away since fucking the Pope was an altar boy.
Oh, Jesus. Right. Raffles Chippy. It's still there, isn't
Yes,
it? I read.
yes, Raffles.
He's standing in Raffles. And he goes to tap his wee card. He's looking to blame me when it doesn't work.
No.
That he does that. He gets me to do things so he can blame me when it doesn't work. But it does work because I do it right.
There you are.
You just don't read things.
I'll not go. I do read things. I do. I just.
Declan,
It's
how
the
do I
technology.
send a WhatsApp on my
There's a
phone?
lot of people on my side, but it's the technology.
How do I
now.
send a
You ever
WhatsApp?
fucking try ringing a company and you get a fucking robot?
Yes.
Right? And you're on 10 minutes and it's going.
But do you know what?
For option 9, we let you speak to, and you press option
Yes.
9. Now, it's taking you 10 minutes to get the option 9.
But-
and then option 9 goes, it starts again.
But see, if you were patient and you listened and you pressed the right buttons, you would.
Patient, I just want to speak to a human being, not a robot.
It's getting very technical here.
Here it is.
Tell me.
Anyway, we
Anyway.
were talking about, this man was talking about the GAA.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
You're big into the GA, aren't you? Like,
Yes.
you're proper,
yes,
like.
yes.
Big back. And his brother played
that-
in an
what's that,
All-Ireland
Rossa?
final. This man's brother played in an All-Ireland final.
That is Ross, isn't it?
No, he
It
did.
is, yes,
Oh,
yes.
lovely.
Hurling. Brandon,
He
wasn't
did.
that right? He did
He did,
indeed.
aye.
I was at that match. We were both
Yes,
at that match.
probably were.
In fact, let's talk about a match we were at in Croke Park.
All-Ireland final.
All-Ireland final.
Good match to be at, to be fair.
Well, yeah, we were
In the old Croke Park,
in the old Croke Park.
Canal End,
They were only
which
built in
is
the
a
stands.
terrace.
Were the
There
tickets as hard to get then as they would be now? Like,
Beauties
No.
got your tickets.
No, I was able to get tickets. It was for what they call the old Canal End, which is a terrace end. It's not there now. And they were redeveloping Croke
That's
Park
right,
at the
yeah.
time, so the Canal End was still there. The match was actually Mayo and Meath.
Correct.
That's what the actual match was.
Fisticuffs. It was a big fight
row,
on it.
big
Yeah.
fight.
Liam
Famous-
McHale.
That's exactly Liam McHale. Do you remember that?
You see,
Liam McHale
I'm
gets
not as
sent
green
off.
as you think.
So
one
We-
time he paid attention.
we used to do this thing. To see how many questions a person could ask. Before the twig. And we would count
They're
how
winding
many-
them up. Like,
Wind them up.
okay.
Just see how many questions they could ask. And
It would answer.
how many, how long would go. So we were standing in the terrace. we were surrounded mostly by Mayo people because there was I don't know if you remember the big guard and his wife was there,
right.
and he was working with us at a concert, remember?
Correct.
The week after that.
Were you supporting Meath?
To be truthful, we were probably supporting Mayo
Yeah, I think we were. Yeah, I think we were.
because I still haven't won.
Because
Mayo,
Mayo were the underdogs anyway, so it came to halftime, and sort of halftime's a wee bit boring and things like this. So we decided to start asking questions of a person standing in front of us who was like things like, you know,
Frank McGuire, God rest him. Right. So I'm still very friendly with his family.
We're
His
gonna
sons
have to.
know.
I'm gonna have to get a church bell sound effect
Frank,
for this podcast.
you know, Frank was a gentleman,
Yeah.
an absolute
Absolute.
gentleman, and a big GA man too. But
so we would start with last questions, you know. Who do you think will be out first at halftime, after halftime? Or, you know, silly, stupid questions like, you know, see that net behind the goals? What height do you reckon that net is? So, kept seeing many
Do you
questions.
think they go over the grass with a lawnmower, stuff like that?
Think-
Like
that's
all
exactly
just
what
pointless,
you're asking,
stupid
you know?
questions.
Yeah,
Yeah, brilliant.
Things like that there, you know. How many people do you think that fit into this canal in?
how many hot dogs do you think they sell here?
You know,
Oh, obviously,
on.
they're
Just-
really bad. But in his defence, he answered 18 questions, one after the other. Now, see the people around us.
Was the 18th the snapping moment where he went,
Well-
would you?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
because we were carrying along. You know, you're going along. The people around us were fucking in fits. There was guys going, when's this guy going to catch him? And then Frank, when he caught on, he just went, see you two. You're both a sharp. Well, even the things you done,
No,
then you carried them on.
You caused quite a few fights in your time.
Michael did.
Yes.
I'd see the way he gave him his full title
yes.
when we thought
Michael
it's
did.
serious.
Right?
Yes.
But not deliberately.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking
I know
about.
one.
Do you know what?
It was a big one. You're right.
Now,
You're
I
right.
don't know the full story of this, but
I
I've
don't
heard a
We
brief...
had mentioned earlier about an art technician called Tom Callum.
Yes.
Right.
Done that.
Now, Tom again was sort of an elderly man, and the famous caretaker Davy Smith. Everybody knows
Legend.
Davy Smith.
Davy Smith.
Legend.
Legendary.
One of the funniest men I've ever come across.
Yeah, Davy Smith. Davy Smith was the caretaker, along with another funny guy,
Matt.
So they were the two caretakers. They were legends in LaSalle. Legends. So, but Matt had left. Davy was still there. Tom was a art technician, and
Oh,
he remembers now. And what happened was, they used to go down to the canteen. Mickey used to go down to the canteen with them for their
school dinners.
school dinners, lunches. They eat their lunches and that with the school dinners and things like that. So Mickey turned around and said to Tom one day, no, Davy first. He turned around to Davy and he says to Davy, see when you're sitting eating, Davy, do you ever see the way Tom just sits and stares at you? He watches you chew every bit of food. No. What was that? And Davy says, I hate people doing that. Fucking hate people doing it. Wasn't it that one?
Who was it? Davy said, what did you do that for? He said, I don't know, but he really stares at you. I think it's awful ignorant. And he went, I ain't fucking keeping an eye out for him.
So then he went to Tom. And he goes to Tom, do you ever watch the way Davy Smith eats? Have a look at him. See the next time we're down in the canteen. Have a wee look at the way
What do you mean?
the way Davy eats. Do you ever see the way
corner of his mouth now?
all this here? Just have a wee look. Maybe it's just me, but do you have a wee look just to see? So
So
the
he
next
used to sit facing one another too.
so the next time
Now,
they went-
was he discreet when he was looking, or was it...
no, it wasn't. It was one of these ones, you know.
Leaned over the table.
And Davy just got up and grabbed a sandwich and went, that's it, I'm sick of you looking at me eating all the time, and threw it. And there were two
Yeah,
of them.
fuck, are you? The place was full. There must have been 300 kids in the canteen. And they all, you know, when you used to bang the place.
Bang the table.
Yeah!
So with the
Desi Denver.
very nearly, like...
Oh, the two of
yeah.
them were getting up to
To them,
Fisticuffs.
you know, going up one hour. Desi Denver holding one back and he holding the other.
Oh my God.
But that's
Had
the
to
type,
deny it
that's the
afterwards,
type
no?
of things that your dad got up to.
Would have done.
Well, he had to pass his time somewhere. He certainly didn't do it working.
Said Dr. Hamill.
I worked very hard sometimes.
What would you say
sometimes.
the work? Now, bear in mind, we're going to remind you as well that it was a phenomenal school and all the teachers were very professional and taught very well. What would you say the worst thing in your experience has been, like prank wise or moment wise, from the days of LaSalle?
He nearly killed a teacher one day. Probably that was the worst one.
What?
Yes.
What happened there?
He nearly gave a teacher a heart attack.
What did you do?
Me? What made me?
He did. Seriously, a heart attack.
What happened? What did he do?
This teacher was on the phone. I was in the Jammy Dodger Club. Now, this isn't during school hours, right? So these things. And this teacher's on the phone. And because there's a bit of chat going on, the teacher had to take the phone outside the door and close the door over and was on the phone. I think he was actually phoning Croke Park.
He was phoning Croke Park. They had a Croke Park tickets for the GAA.
But anyway, he was on the phone. Mickey pulls out a banger.
They kept
Two bangers.
Right. Real thing. And
probably confiscated from the people.
I remember there was a lot of shooting going on in Belfast at that time.
And actually, there was a wee gap in the door, where the teacher had the line of the phone out and was on the phone. Mickey lit the banger and slid it out and pushed the door over. And next time...
Oh, I thought there was one of these shit bangers that you threw.
No.
Was this a firework, like?
Yes.
Two real bangers.
Right.
Thing. One out, and then the other one just quickly behind it, so it would go like two shots.
So, and next thing, that as the smoke settled in the door, right, the teacher's standing there, wet as a sheet, phone like that. And I actually literally...
You'd hear the person on the other end going, "Are you all right? Are you all right?"
What happened? What happened? Are you all right? I think that was the worst one. He could have killed them all.
Did you think he'd had a heart attack, like, or
Yeah,
was it in
genuine.
You are a...
Can we name that man, or will we not name him?
No, don't name him. Can't
Don't
name
name
him. Can't name him, no.
Don't
That's
name
what
and
happened.
shame.
That's what happened. I was probably...
Sorry, Sean.
I was probably the worst.
And then it was you with the wood glue, wasn't it? We told this story before on the podcast. I thought it was...
No,
Yeah, with the wood
He
glue.
gave me half the ideas. He gave me some of the ideas.
You're a wee snowball roller.
No.
He is. I bet you he's a mastermind with these things.
Master
I
criminal.
might have said...
Master criminal.
I wonder what would happen if you changed the shampoo to wood glue. I might have said that.
You said that.
But the same criminal mind also thought that once they get the wood glue off, thinking it was shampoo, and all the effing and playing that went on for it, and God love Jimmy Flynn, again, not with us, and Jimmy had a comb over, right? So once they got that off, the criminal genius then went, he's going to try and clean his body down. So Jimmy used Johnson's baby talc, but with taking the talc out, replaced it with flour. So when he put it on, I don't know if you ever see flour when it hits anything.
Dough
that's
balls,
slightly
yeah,
wet.
like it goes all dough.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my
Again,
God.
And the F's and planes that was coming out
No,
of Jimmy.
I might have said, I wonder what it would be like if somebody did
Scientist.
That's it.
Scientist.
That's exactly
Man's
it.
a scientist. He
You
knew.
know, so-
And the
Absolutely wild.
the same guy, and he don't want me telling this story, right?
But you're gonna.
But I'm going to tell this story, but it wasn't his idea.
No, I didn't do it.
I'll keep him clear of this one. Right?
Responsibility.
Wasn't his idea. But I had a lot of prompters, and I used to be the one that would have done it just for the crack. And Riley's chocolate toffee rolls. We were driving on a bus to Dublin,
Oh, no. I don't know that one.
and
I wasn't there.
Mr. Turner
I wasn't
the
there.
bus. And we were going over this before the big bypass. So we're heading towards McDonald's at Drogheda, because we would have stopped at McDonald's at Drogheda, which we hadn't been long opened there, and pulled in and got a bite to eat. So we stopped at McDonald's and came out to fuel the bus. And because I'd played a prank on the way down, which was this, the prank with the Riley's chocolate toffee rolls was, Mr. Turner was driving the bus. We were eating sweets in the back, And the bus then was benches that went up the side. It wasn't.
It wasn't.
They're illegal now, but it was benches and up the side. So it's 15 people in the back, the benches up the side, a driver, and Mr. O'Gara in the front with Mr. Turner. And we're eating ladies' chocolate rolls. And Eugene goes, because he's driving the bus, give us one of them sweets. Give us fucking give us one of them sweets. And puts his hand back. They got there to get the sweet. He put his hand back to get the sweet. So I thought it'd be funny if I put something else in his hand and it wasn't a sweet. Just to see his reaction.
What did you put in his hand?
Oh, here, the bus near went off the road. I put something from my anatomy in his hand. Right? And he went, ah! And the bus went off the road. And the guy in the passenger seat says, are you fucking stupid? You nearly killed us, Iron Man. So I didn't know when we pulled down at Drogheda.
Like, was that worth it?
No, yeah, but it was worth it. His reaction.
Could end up killing.
Jesus, it's as well TikTok and Instagram wasn't a thing then.
When he
You know what I mean?
swerved, you remember, you see a side seats when he swerved, everybody came out
Everybody
and
caved.
cards. But I knew it was coming, so I was holding on. But then everybody was cursing me. So we got the Drogheda and we pulled out of the garage. They'd all closed the iron. They got 2 black bags. Right? Black bags, duct tape the bottom. We're in the garage. There's somebody in flipping paying for the Mr. Turner and paying for the diesel. And that's the garage forecourt. He opened the back doors and threw me out into the forecourt, this black bag, and threw a banger in the forecourt of a hotel.
Garage.
Forecourt of a garage.
The garage. Bang. Up again. So they got their own back that way. I'm in the black bag trying to get out. People are coming out of McDonald's going, what sort of lunatics?
Absolutely wild.
Now, sorry, cheapers. I never thought it'd be here that long. Listen,
Time flies when
done it.
you do sit down and do a podcast. It's mad. We're 46 minutes in, lads.
Is that right?
46
We're gonna
minutes.
have to do some editing.
Just shows you.
There'll be no editing done. We don't edit this. We just keep everything in and then apologise after. That's what we do. Look, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you. Haven't
Thank
seen
you.
you since first year. What are you going to know?
Yeah,
Haven't seen you in a good wee while anyway, so it's always good to catch up. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. Like I said at the start, be sure to share it, tell your friends about it, post about it, rate it as well. 5 stars would be just hold up 5 fingers
Oh, hi. Poor Peter.
per Peter Hand.
Peter, to give you 2 marks.
nothing sacred.
Nothing. No, absolutely not. Absolutely
He
not.
wouldn't give you the finger anyway. He wouldn't.
No.
No.
Well,
God love him.
no, say none.
God love him. God love him. Listen, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and all that caper, and we'll see you the next trip. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Armstrong.
Thank you, Yash.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for
Bye.
Yash. Go on.
Oh, what's this?
I played a fart instead of the applause.
Jesus.
Hold on.
Well, that's typical. That's Mickey.
There we go. Hey! Take a bow, Yash. Stand up, take a bow.
Can't
All right,
Mickey in the face.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all right. All the best. Bye.